I have never been so unintentionally obsessed with a game like I have been with Subnautica. I first started playing Subnautica in March of 2025, and at the time of writing this, I have currently 390 hours of gameplay, as well as 119 hours of Subnautica Below Zero. I've completed the game officially 3 times and Below Zero once, but Subnautica is such a vibe that I have gameplays in between where I'm kinda just chilling, just being immersed in the game, and I think that's why I can't stop playing it. You can literally just put yourself in this world and have infinite ways of seeing how you would survive the situation if you were Riley. And all the times I played and or finished the game, I without a doubt thought that the biggest chore was crafting the Cyclops. I don't remember my first playthrough exactly, but the first time I made the Cyclops, I must have seen how slow it moved and how it wasn't as small and efficient as the sea moth. To be honest, I didn't think much of the prawn suit either for a while. I think what happened was I was trying to get the Cyclops down to the Lost River, but the specific route I took through the Blood Kelp Trench barely had enough room for it to get there, so I kept scraping it and bumping it against the biome. When I finally got there, I probably said it was too much energy and time wasted doing this, and there's no way this big chunk of metal could actually help me finish the game. I was convinced the sea moth was the best vehicle, hands down. I still think that the sea moth is the best vehicle, but maybe not hands down. The cool thing about Subnautica is that, like I mentioned before, you can play the game numerous times, and each time you can try something you didn't do last time. I finally decided to do a playthrough where I actually give the Cyclops a chance, and because I did, I realized how much easier it was for me to actually get things done. I was down in the Lost River by the Cove Tree when a brilliant idea came to me that would severely lessen the amount of time it took for me to finish. This next part is big spoilers for the storyline, so if you don't want to hear it, then go to this timestamp where I can still set you up for success on how to use the Cyclops as you go deeper. Alright, for my people who know the game, let me tell you about this idea that came into my head. So when you meet the Sea Emperor, she gives you the recipe for hatching her eggs so that the babies can produce enzyme 42. It consists of 5 specific flora spread around the game, and once you grab at least 1 seed each, you must use the fabricator to craft the hatching enzymes to release the children. But raise your hand if you have ever gone all the way back to your base to craft the enzyme before making it all the way back down with the finished product. It's actually not the most exhausting thing to do because once the Sea Emperor makes it available for us to go through the teleporter in the incubation chamber, all we have to do is go out, go back to your base, craft the hatching enzymes, then go back to that particular teleporter to make it back to the chamber. You could even just make a base right outside that teleporter so you don't have to travel 1,000 meters to your base and back, which I have definitely done more than once. However, what if you didn't feel like leaving the incubation chamber? This thought occurred to me while I was prepping the Cyclops and prawn suit for my journey to the active lava zone. I said there has to be a way for me to just enter the primary containment facility, meet the Sea Emperor, get the recipe, craft the recipe, hatch the eggs, cure myself with enzyme 42, and turn off the quarantine enforcement platform, all in less than 10 minutes. Since I already knew what flora was needed for the recipe before I went down there, and all I needed to do was use a fabricator, then what I should do is make 1 multi-purpose room while in the incubator, add a hatch, power it up with the bioreactor, make a fabricator, and then craft the recipe. No hassle, no having to go anywhere, barely even a need to eat or drink. I've recorded myself doing this again so you can see for yourself. Just watch how much time this doesn't take.
Warning, emergency power only. Oxygen production offline. Power restored. All primary systems online. Welcome aboard, Captain. Welcome aboard, Captain.
Once she gives you the hatching enzymes, it only takes around 2 minutes to make a space to fabricate the recipe and hatch the eggs. And my initial guess regarding the timing was pretty accurate. With my Cyclops close to the entrance of the active lava zone, I calculated the time it took me once I entered the primary containment facility to cure myself and turn off the QEP, and it took me a total of 10 minutes and 23 seconds. Once I witnessed this, I had to officially take back everything I said and thought about the Cyclops, because it just did me a solid, the likes of which I did not think possible until I actually used it. It's not that you couldn't achieve this with the prawn suit, because if you fill up 3 out of 4 upgrade spaces with storage modules, then you might have enough space to bring all the supplies you need. I don't know, I'm not really sure. If you want to try it, then go ahead and do that, and then let me know in the comments. I'm genuinely curious. But my point is, I know what it's like to only take the prawn suit from my base on the surface, through the blood kelp, past the Lost River, past the inactive lava zone, down to the active lava zone, into the thermal and primary containment facilities, and lastly into the incubation chamber to hatch the Sea Emperor eggs. I'm telling you, it's tedious. And you are consistently worrying about whether you brought enough food, water, and everything else. But the more you keep doing something, the better you get at it. Having the Cyclops down in the lava zone as a movable base, with all the food, water, and storage that I could possibly need, gave me the ability to only take what was necessary in my prawn suit to hatch the eggs and turn off the QEP in such a short amount of time. Now, I'm a lifetime Girl Scout member, so I fully believe in being prepared and having everything you need beforehand so that the level of struggle is effectively 0. I wanted to one and done my entire trip, from the surface all the way to the lava zone, so I had to do a good amount of preparation. If you also want to use your Cyclops effectively, you need to make sure you do this. Number 1, have as many Cyclops and prawn suit upgrades taken care of as you possibly can. As you go further down, you'll find the materials you need to upgrade your depth modules to their max limits. For my journey, I didn't plan on making a moon pool, so I upgraded as much as possible before leaving. Put the modification station on the Cyclops in order to do these upgrades. And make the prawn suit's arm modifiers as well. You will definitely appreciate them. Number 2, have around 6 extra power cells, meaning 1 replacement each, in case the Cyclops gets low on power. The first time I did my one and done journey to obtain the cure, I didn't make as many power cells as I should have, if I even made any extras at all. The Cyclops' engine efficiency upgrade does a really great job, but you don't want to feel like you need to rush because you're running at 40 or 30% power and slipping fast. Every time you charge something or use the fabricator on the Cyclops, you drain its energy, so keep that in mind. The Cyclops upgrades can also be incredible power drainers, so be prepared. Number 3, bring all the materials needed for a multi-purpose room and hatch, a power source for the room, a bioreactor or nuclear reactor is fine, and a fabricator. Unless you go back to my spoiler conversation, I can't tell you why you should bring these, but just have these with you and see if you can figure out why when the time comes. In order to complete Subnautica, you do have to make the Cyclops, but you don't have to drive it if you don't want to. I finished the game the first 2 times without using it, because I couldn't see why I would need it. Based off my first experience, I was extremely prejudiced against it. But when I gave it a chance, I was absolutely proven wrong. It took away so many stresses I previously had when I only used the prawn suit. And I'm not gonna lie, I really do like decorating inside of it. It pains me to say that, unfortunately, the sea moth can only go at a max depth of 900 meters, so it's impossible to finish the game with it. But trust me, if it could go deeper, this video would not exist. This is the first time I've ever made a video essay, so I really hope you enjoyed it. Because it's my first one, it's not very long, but I'm really proud of it. This is also my first Subnautica video, so if you're new, then please like and subscribe so I know I'm going in the right direction. And tell me your best and/or worst Subnautica stories in the comments. I would love to read those. If this video gets 25 likes, I'll do my next video on how I would realistically prepare the Neptune rocket for my journey back home. Also, let me know if you want me to cover anything else Subnautica. I love this game so much. I cannot wait for Subnautica 2 to come out, and when it does, I will most likely not be going outside for a while because I will be stuck to my computer. Thank you so much again for watching. Hope to see you again on the waters of planet 4546b.